In a distant era, when China was not yet the unified nation we know today, but a land divided, restless, torn by constant wars, a child was born destined to change the course of history forever. His name was Ying Zheng, and at that time, no one could have imagined that he would become Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. It was 259 BCE, and his destiny began in the heart of the Warring States period, a harsh world of strategy, battles, and immense ambition. He became king at a very young age, still a teenager, but he matured quickly. His life was not filled with childish dreams, but with decisions of power, delicate alliances, enemies to confront, and a fixed idea in his mind to end chaos. Between 230 and 221 BCE, Ying Zheng achieved what no one else had been able to do. State by state, he defeated Han, Zhao, Wei, Chu, Yan, and Qi, finally uniting the territories under a single crown. At that moment, he did not settle for being a mere king. He proclaimed himself Qin Shi Huangdi, the first emperor of Qin, and the Chinese Empire was officially born. This is Travel in History, where every mystery has a story and every story hides a deeper secret. Join us as we explore strange facts, dark legends, and the questions no one dares to ask. If you're curious, brave, and love a good mystery, you're in the right place. Subscribe and let the journey begin. From this point, his figure becomes more than just a ruler. Qin Shi Huang sought not only to command, but to build something that would last for centuries. He created a strong, orderly, centralized state. He abolished feudal powers, stripped local lords of authority, and divided the territory into districts governed by officials loyal only to him. He standardized writing so that everyone across the empire could understand the same texts. He made weights and measures uniform, introduced a standard currency, and even regulated the width of cart axles to make roads compatible everywhere. These were not minor details. They were the foundation of an organized civilization. All this is documented in one of the most important sources on ancient Chinese history, the Shiji, or Records of the Grand Historian, written by the historian Sima Qian, still a cornerstone for scholars today. Yet great power casts deep shadows. Qin Shi Huang sought total order, and to achieve it, he imposed legalism, a strict political doctrine, absolute discipline, harsh punishments, and no tolerance for dissent. In this context, one of the most discussed episodes occurred: the destruction of books considered dangerous and the severe punishment of some scholars. Known as the burning of books and burying of scholars, this event is also recorded in the Shiji. Modern historians debate the numbers and details, but one thing is certain: the emperor sought to control not only the territory, but also the mind. Alongside his iron hand, however, he accomplished grandiose works. He ordered the connection of various northern fortifications, laying the foundation for what would later become the Great Wall of China. It was not yet the wall we know today, but it was the seed of its future. He also commissioned extraordinary hydraulic projects, such as the Link Canal, connecting major river systems and improving transport and military strategy. Many of these projects are still studied today by the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences and documented by official archaeological research. They are not legends, but tangible achievements of an empire striving for control and progress. Then, there is the most fascinating and famous aspect of his story: death, and what he prepared to face it. Qin Shi Huang was obsessed with immortality. He sought elixirs, consulted alchemists, explored possibilities, but ultimately chose the most human and grand solution: building an eternal world underground. Near today's Xi'an, in Shaanxi province, he commissioned an immense funerary complex, an entire subterranean empire meant to accompany him forever. In 1974, more than 2,000 years later, local farmers accidentally discovered the first statues. Systematic excavations followed, led by the Shaanxi Provincial Institute of Archaeology, and the world was left in awe. Before the eyes of archaeologists appeared the Terracotta Army, thousands of life-sized warriors, each with a distinct face, meticulously detailed armor, and realistic postures. These are not mere statues. They are a real army frozen in the silence of time. Different pits served different functions. Pit 1 housed the main army in formation. Pit 2 held special units and archers. Pit 3 appears to represent military command. Today, the site is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987, and the UNESCO World Heritage Center documents its unique importance in the history of archaeology. Modern science has also investigated many curiosities related to this site. For years, it was believed that the bronze weapons had a mysterious anti-corrosion technology. However, a 2019 study published in the journal Antiquity, involving scholars from the University of Cambridge and other international institutions, clarified that their extraordinary preservation was mainly due to soil conditions and metallurgical skill, not impossible technologies. This is a perfect example of how historical reality is fascinating enough without needing invented legends. And then there is the most mysterious part of all, the emperor's actual tomb. It remains unopened, not due to a lack of curiosity, but out of scientific caution. China prefers to wait until technology can safely preserve whatever lies within. So, what do we know? Mostly thanks to Sima Qian, who described the burial chamber as an underground palace with rivers of mercury, representing the seas and waterways of the empire. It sounds poetic, yet science has given a surprising clue. Modern geochemical surveys have detected unusually high mercury levels in the soil above the mound. This makes the ancient account more concrete and incredibly fascinating. It is not fantasy, but a door open to mystery, a door watched closely by science. However, even the most powerful empires have a weakness: time. Qin Shi Huang dies in 210 BCE, and the empire, outwardly strong, proves politically fragile. His successor, Qin Shi, lacks his strength, and the influence of the official Zhao Gao complicates matters further. Within a few years, rebellions erupt, such as those led by Chen Sheng and Wu Guang, and in 206 BCE, the Qin Dynasty falls. Yet here is the crucial point. Though his empire lasted only briefly, many of his reforms were not undone. The new Han Dynasty, founded by Liu Bang, retained and developed them. This is the clearest sign of Qin Shi Huang's greatness. What he built became a permanent structure of imperial China. Today, Qin Shi Huang remains a complex and fascinating figure. A stern, sometimes ruthless man, but also a visionary, an organizer, a builder of a new world. We know him thanks to Sima Qian's Shiji, studies from the Emperor Qin Shi Huang's Mausoleum Site Museum, work from the Shaanxi Provincial Institute of Archaeology, research published in journals like Antiquity and UNESCO documents. Together, they form a clear picture. Not legend, but real, rich, verifiable history. Learning about Qin Shi Huang does not just mean recounting the past. It means understanding how an empire is born, how power can create order but also fear, how politics and engineering can change the fate of a civilization. This is not an endpoint, it is a beginning. From here, one can explore the Han Dynasty, the evolution of the Great Wall, modern archaeology, and the way decisions made over 2,000 years ago continue to shape China's history today. If you know more or have theories, let us know in the comments. We read them all. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one.